Yo, what's the word buzzing? What's the word buzzing? Hope you're having a great day, bro. But yo, man, today we're gonna react to a video called how South Africa's biggest fraudster match is at. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but the video extended, so let's get into it, bro.
Day is for the thief, one day is for the owner. However, Sandile Shesi had gone past days to enjoy several years of success, so he felt he was immune to this natural rule. He started believing that he was an untouchable eel that couldn't be caught. Just when the overconfidence and feeling of immunity got into his head, the chilly, rough hands of reality seized him from his place of comfort. That was when he knew he had effed up, and there was no going back. Sandile Shesi was born in 1991 in a large township in KwaZulu-Natal called Umlazi. Despite having a population of over 400,000 people, the opportunities in Umlazi were few.
Now listen, this nigga was born at Umlazi. If you've watched Uzalo before, you know these niggas are gangsters, bro. They are gangsters, bro. These niggas are, so this is not a great start. This nigga was born into fraudulent. This nigga was born to be a fraudster from a young age, bro. I'm telling you. This boy, I look like I'm homeless, but when you look at me like this, I'm not gonna lie.
Few, and its residents were often forced to do something out of the ordinary just to get a comfortable life. For Sandile, his father was a school principal, meaning the entire family had to survive on the modest salary he brought home every month, and sometimes had to feed from hand to mouth when his salary was delayed. From an early age, Sandile vowed to change the norm, and believed he had all it took to get the life he never had. If it didn't come to him itself, he would seize it, no matter what it took. His first attempt to make money for himself involved the sale of muffins to his mates at school. He convinced his parents to give him a small capital, which he used to buy muffins at a discounted price to sell at the school's playground during the break period. However, the profit wasn't encouraging even to an 11-year-old Sandile, so he learned to make the muffins himself with the raw ingredients to maximize profits. He'd wake up very early in the morning when other kids of his age were still lying
Like,
on
bro,
their beds
who is an
and start baking
entrepreneur?
with his makeshift equipment.
He's a real
Although this approach
entrepreneur.
left a bit more
I don't
challenge
understand
in
why I had
his
to go down
he
the
knew he was
fraudulent path,
destined
go.
for much greater things, so he had to evolve. Sandile realized that the folks in his town wanted to look like the celebrities they saw on TV, all posh and cool, but couldn't afford the luxury. This observation prompted him to go into the sale of thrift clothes. He'd buy used clothes and shoes at cheaper rates, mend, clean, and perfume them to look presentable, and then sell them at a price that the lower and middle classes could afford. He charged people based on what he felt they could afford, while still making his own profits. The ambitious lad didn't need to bag an MBA degree to be a master when it came to business, persuasion, and money-making ideas. His street smartness and environment were enough to shape him into the man he'd later become. In high school, he was already recognized as a businessman by his teachers and classmates. Although some were concerned about his relative lack of interest in regular academic activities, others commended his drive. In 2011, he enrolled in Durban University of Technology at the age of 20 because he saw the institution as a means to scale higher to achieve his dream life. He quickly became influential and popular there due to his often attractive and out-of-the-box business ideas. It was around this time that he discovered what he felt was his first gold mine: Forex trading. He learned that Forex required
These Forex gurus will never get my money, I'm telling you. I don't trust this Forex thing, come. These niggas will try anything they want, come. They will never get my money, come. This thing is a scam, come. Why would I give you my money? Let me trade for me. Come on, G. Let me learn, and then I'll pay you for teaching me. This nigga, he has the positive things for being an entrepreneur. Then he also the positive for being a fraudster. A nigga who's a fraudster can persuade anyone. He can persuade you to buy Pampers, girl. Okay. This is how it starts, okay? Being a Forex guru, nah, I only knew this is a scam.
Unlike his previous ventures, this business was convenient and required more mental skills than physical labor, so he wasn't going to let this opportunity slip past him. After studying the basics, he decided to go large rather than starting with something small, like most fresh Forex traders do. The problem was finding adequate capital to begin. Meanwhile, he felt time wasn't his best friend. So, out of desperation, he used his university tuition fee to plunge into Forex trading, a very bold and Forex traders usually incur losses during this period. Whether it was due to sheer luck or natural skills didn't matter. All he knew was that he was making money, way more money than a master's degree holder could make with a 9-to-5 job. He continued basking in wealth, and by the time he was 23 years old, he had become a self-proclaimed, self-made multimillionaire. The little boy from Umlazi.
I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me give you knowledge. Forex money is not sustainable money. You can never sustain Forex money, bro. You see this Forex Guru, so I say, hey, get into Forex. Like, you can't get into Forex, but it's not sustainable money. If you buy my money in Forex, you're going to put even more money. You're going to keep on putting more money, keep on putting more money, keep on putting. You're not gonna have fun Forex money. Because you put 1,000 rands, cow. You're gonna have to put 5,000, 10,000 for the 2,000. Over and over. This is not sustainable money, cow. And it started. I don't believe it, cow. You see, these Forex gurus. Niggas start bambering once and now they're Forex gurus, cow. Boy. That's why I never believe these people.
And second-hand clothes, began driving luxury cars and donning designer suits. He was motivated to not only maintain his wealth, but to acquire more. His success in Forex drew significant attention, and soon, one of the giants of the Forex world, Josephdary, noticed him. Dari was moved by the young man's drive and financial genius, and decided to meet and form a partnership with him. Together, they created the Global Forex Institute, which they touted as a well-meaning platform with the mission of training ordinary South Africans on how to become prosperous with Forex trading. In short, the two men promised to guide success-driven people on how to make it through Forex, like Sandeal. No degree, skills, or special criteria were required to enroll in the program. As long as you had the right mindset and were interested in escaping poverty, you were welcome to the Institute. Who would want to miss out on this so-called life-transforming opportunity? The fact that Sandile was once a regular guy from Umlazi helped sell the concept to the youths, who wanted to know the cheat codes. They also offered free introductory training classes, which drew thousands of youths to the program. However, to partake in the advanced classes, which supposedly contained the true proven secrets to financial freedom through Forex, you needed to pay.
This is how they trap you, girl. This is how they trap you. They give you free lessons, and then they're gonna tell you if you want more advanced things, if you want to better yourselves, come join the program. 15,000 rand. And then you dumb person, I understand, but you wanna make it out of the matrix, boy. I understand, boy. But sometimes, guy, you're gonna have to see through the lies, girl. Sometimes you're gonna have to see through the lies, bro. These niggas are lying. These niggas are lying. You cannot make so much money on Forex. These gurus, I'm telling you, these gurus they were cheese boys. That's why they have a lot of money, cow.
Since the introductory classes were focused on promoting the bright, sweet side of Forex trading, many people wasted no time in breaking their banks and handing their savings to Sandeal to work his magic. Sandeal's flashy life and social media accounts, where he flexed his sports cars, luxury clothes, private jet.
You see, that's how you see these gurus are lying. First rule, they wear expensive clothes. They have expensive cars. Then they show expensive houses. That's how you know these gurus are lying, bro. That's how you know some of these gurus are lying, bro. These niggas are renting. They are renting, boy. Baba, fake it till you make it on Forex, bro. Fake it. Fake it till you make it, Baba. I'm telling you. Fake it till you make it. This guy, they're the biggest fakers for now. There'll be me, I'll see. There's no way. I'll try to bump and go down the road, cow, and put my money into Forex, cow. I'd rather struggle, than put my money into Forex.
High-end restaurant visits and vacations made those who registered for his classes too awe-stricken to doubt him for a minute. They failed to see the danger signs of Forex and realize that only a handful of people really make it through Forex. The vast majority usually end up regretting why they didn't venture into a more predictable and straightforward business. Sandeal didn't tell them this either because he wanted more people to pay for his classes. Reality dawned on Sandiel's students when they kept trying everything he taught them in Forex without success. Many lost everything, and a few earned less than the money they paid for the classes. Meanwhile, Sandiel had already built his empire and made a name for himself in South Africa's business scene, where he was regarded as an influential young financial guru. When they asked him why they weren't yet winning after all the money, time, and effort they'd put into Forex, he urged them to be patient and trust the process. Sandiel Shazi became...
This is what they always say: trust the process, be patient. Things don't usually work so fast. You have to put in a lot of money from us, and then I'll help you. That's what these niggas do, guys. They will tell you that you guys just put a lot of money, and I'm telling you, your payback will be very, very big. Me, guy, if I was in that thing and then I ask him, yo, I've been losing for the past 2 months right now. Do you know what you're doing? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. You see, so when am I gonna bump my money back? I am like, guy, bro, I'm buying out, cause clearly this nigga's lying, bro. But the problem is, South Africans are easy to scam, bro. They are easy to scam these guys, bro. I could become a pastor and become a millionaire in South Africa. It's that easy, cow. These South Africans are easy to scam.
More popular and influential. Despite the growing dissatisfaction from his students, he had become a brand. One could easily bring down a man, but canceling a brand is an entirely different ballgame. He knew about his immunity, he knew about his gigantic influence. Still, Shezi was never one who relaxed in one spot. He wanted to keep soaring higher. It was that same personality and mindset that propelled him to where he was in the first place. The Sandiel Shezi Foundation was made to look like the South African version of the Bill Gates Foundation on the outside. It was marketed as a philanthropic institution set up by Shezi, a self-made millionaire, to give back to the people. The foundation promised to promote education, healthcare, and job creation across Africa to help ordinary people become the next Sandile Shezi. The concept proved to be another success, and soon, Sandile wasn't only seen as someone who had made it out of the streets, but as the savior of South Africa. The scholarship, mentorship, and financial leadership programs advertised through the foundation served as an effective distraction from the noise and criticisms from his frustrated Forex students. He had become a fraudster who needed the foundation to maintain his public persona, and for a while, it worked well for him. Whenever someone said Shezi had scammed him through his Forex classes, another would point
Nobody
to the
would
Sandiel
believe
Shezi
you.
Foundation as proof of his good intentions and philanthropy. This perfect facade not only shielded him from public condemnation, but also turned the eyes of the police away from what he really was for some time.
These
However,
niggas are
Sandiel was
useless.
no Robin Hood.
These policemen are useless, bro. These policemen, they don't even do their jobs, guy. You just throw 100 in a car, go buy a cold drink. Posa, thank you, Posa. Chamo Posa. Yeah, done. This is the only thing they have to chase is those people who are selling on the streets. These niggas are useless. These policemen, they were not gonna do anything, man. They're not gonna do anything. This guy's gonna 100 done, each one of you go buy. Done. Done. And this is the result of living in South Africa. If these YouTube stuff don't work out, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a fraudster, guy. I'm gonna be a fraudster. Don't put me in the government. I'm gonna be a fraudster like our forefathers up there. I'm gonna be a fraudster. I'm gonna be taking money from your parents' paying money. I'm telling you, but I'm joking. This YouTube stuff is gonna work out. I know it's gonna work out. It's just a matter of time. When I blow up, I'm telling you. When I be on a generational run, I'm telling you, when I start streaming, live streaming, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. The time I blow up, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go on a whole generational run. I have a vision, but this vision doesn't go away. I know I'm gonna make it out in this YouTube stuff, but none of that. This nigga's a fraudster, bro. Luckily, he never got into government. Because if you went to government,
Yes, he came from poverty, but he stole from the poor to enrich his now large pockets while making the poor believe he had them in his best interest. He made loud donations and charity events, even though no one could tell if they were real or staged. He posed with children and became a vibrant motivational speaker, giving pep talks to the youths about the benefits of
This
financial
is all
freedom.
end
His
routines,
success, like life
All
and activities
entertain
were always
did
covered in
this.
the news, and he made it to the front page of the big magazines. Naturally, many women wanted to be with him because he was rich, young, handsome, and influential. But Shezzy
Handsome is
wanted a lady of
crazy.
like mind who wouldn't
This nigga looks
flinch
like
when she
he's
saw who he
15
really was, and would not be
and
afraid
20
to get her
something
hands
at the
dirty
same
for her.
time, cow.
The one woman who fitted this profile was Slindile Makize. Without wasting much time, they got married and began to live together in Durban, even though Shezzy's busy lifestyle often got him flying in and out of Durban. Although Shezzy was fluent in English, he didn't know the definition of resting. He wanted to make more money, perhaps for his fifth generation. This drive, or greed as some would call it, pushed him to extend his tentacles to other business ventures. He invested in real estate, which brought him more wealth, and stumbled on a potential diamond mine, which was gradually replacing Forex. Cryptocurrency was now the hottest financial vehicle in town, and Sandili swore to steal its keys. 2021 was the beginning of the end for Sandil Shezzy, as his foundation was no longer enough to mask his fraudulent practices. People had started to see through the illusion. No one could exactly point out how the foundation had helped their lives, or whoever they knew personally that has benefited from Shezzy's so-called philanthropy. Consequently, the ones publicly claimed that those who had invested in his fake Forex classes and cryptocurrency scheme became much louder. His empire began to crumble when one of his former business partners accused him of defrauding him of 500,000 rand, which was equivalent to over $30,000 through his Global Forex Institute. Such an accusation from a former associate was difficult to ignore or push under the carpet. It triggered a public uproar and attention.
A former associate, cow. Nah, this way is gonna start getting cold, cow. Like scamming your investors, cow. I don't play with investors, cow. Those niggas will hunt you down for their money. Okay, this way it starts, it starts to a little bit getting caught. Yeah.
Quickly issued a warrant for Sandil Shezzy's arrest. Desperate to protect his reputation, Sandil personally turned himself into the police for questioning, as he believed a more chaotic arrest would be bad for business. Nevertheless, various news
high IQ move right
ones
there.
that had once
That's a
spoken
high
directly
IQ move.
publicized the issue. He was later left off the hook by the police after paying bail fees, but only briefly. Another investor accused Shezzy of scamming him of 200,000 rand after promising huge returns on investments, but leaving him with nothing. Again, Shezzy found a way to shake off these allegations and beat the case. However, it was only one phase of a long trail of highly publicized police and court cases. Between 2021 and 2022, others filed lawsuits, both the less privileged and the wealthy, against Shezzy on how he had ripped them off after they paid for his Forex classes. After countless police visits, bails, and negative news headlines linked to him, he merely wriggled himself out of police custody and prison. By this time, his name was more synonymous with fraud than with financial freedom. There were also reports that he was beginning to struggle financially. Although he wasn't as broke as he was before venturing into Forex, things weren't rosy for him anymore. Sandil blamed his messy financial situation on the pandemic, claiming the lockdown and global economic recession negatively affected the foreign exchange market. He also suspended his training classes for a while. However, as the ancient Greek saying goes, whom the gods would destroy, they first make mad. Shezzy refused to give reason a chance. After his short hibernation, he decided to resume his fraudulent schemes. This time, he ran it like a Ponzi scheme. Instead of just outrightly pocketing the so-called training.
You see, one thing we should do, man, when you're running a scam, you should know when to quit, guy. You should know when to run away. Don't let ego get in the way. Don't let what's this? Don't let what are these? I'm forgetting where it go. Like, don't let these things get in the way, cause you will get caught, girl. Your mind will be full of stupid things. You're gonna like, God, let me run these niggas out of their money before I get caught. Let me run them out. And then you find out you get caught. If this nigga stop this scam thing, but I understand he can't see Forex money. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. This is what I told you, boy. This Forex thing is not sustainable. Look at it now. Now he's running his thing like a Ponzi scheme. See, he's trying to make money fast and then run away. Look at him now. He's gonna get caught because of this.
The impression that they were making profits. Then they were encouraged to put in more money into the scheme. When they did, Shezzy would then cart away the new, larger deposit. His wife, Slindale, was also complicit in this new scheme. The approach worked for some time because the investors received attractive dividends after their first deposits. When they failed to make profits during their next deposits, Sendiel would advise them to be patient, that they'll receive even larger dividends than the first in the long run. Gradually, the youngest millionaire found his footing again in the South African financial world. Around this time,
God, I'm sorry for pausing, but imagine losing 500k cow, and then the nigga tells you be patient, just put more money. I'm telling you that I'm gonna buy a gun and up it up on you. I'm gonna up it up on you, cow. You cannot tell me I lose 500k. Then you tell me relax, be patient, be patient. Do you know how much is 500k back then? You know, when I tell me to be patient, don't try to me.
he developed
Don't try
interest
to
in
me,
politics
bro.
and founded the political party Bukanima Africa. In 2023, he decided to merge his party with another new political party, Arise South Africa, and declared his interest to contest in the 2024 presidential elections. He cited the need for the youths to be influential in the nation's affairs, and according to the leaders of both parties, collaborating for progress was the first step in the right direction. In the words of Mfo Dagada, the leader of Arise South Africa, by joining forces, we can become a stronger, better, and bigger political party, attracting more votes. Behind the scenes, Sandile Shezi kept tricking people into investing in his new financial scheme, and the older investors were beginning to run out of patience. One disgruntled investor, who was among the first to join the rebranded money-making scheme, tried to contact Shezi when he was convinced that something was not right. However, Shezi acted like he was too busy with his political activities and personal life to provide the anonymous man with adequate answers. The same man tried to reach Shezi's wife, hoping that she may be able to offer him listening ears. Still, his efforts were to no avail. Fed up with the repeated excuses and neglect, he decided to take the matter to the police. The authorities learned that the man had first invested 100,000 rands in Shezi's scheme and received befitting dividends. After his first profit, Shezi urged him to invest more money. This time, he invested 500,000 rands, but unlike the first time, the dividends reduced until he eventually got nothing. The issue was transferred to the Directorate for Priority.
This nigga smart, guy. He's smart. You know what I'm saying? He's smart. First made this nigga invest 100,000. Then he got a little bit of money, which gives you hope. Okay, this is working. That's gonna tell you now. If you want to gain more money, just invest a lot of money. Just, okay, boom, 500k, 5,000, man, 500,000k. They're like, yeah, you see now, I wanna get a lot of money. Then you lose your like, don't know what this happens a lot. You're just gonna need to trust the process and put more money. I'm tapped into the game that I am. This is the lifestyle I live in South Africa. These niggas cannot scare me.
Crime investigation, popularly known as the Hawks. The Hawks are essentially South Africa's version of the FBI, who show no mercy when it comes to financial crimes, especially among high-profile people. After their investigations, they charged Shezi with fraud, and just like before, he handed himself to the authorities. The very next day, which was May 9th, Shezi was arraigned in the Alexander Magistrates Court in Johannesburg, where he was later released on a 20,000 rands bail.
Damn.
Meanwhile, the Hawks kept their eyes on the Shezi family and kept doing their secret investigations. In November 2023, the then 30-year-old wife of Sandile Shezi, Slindile Mkhize, was arrested in Fourways, Gauteng, on charges of fraud and money laundering. This arrest was linked to the earlier May case where her husband was charged with fraud. According to the spokesman,
You see, when you get arrested a lot of times, that's when you realize, nah, let me cool down, let me stop. Let me take 3 years or 2 years from this thing. Then come back even strong. Because the niggas are gonna catch on. How am I getting arrested for the same thing over and over again? So let me take a few years, and come back strong. This thing was not smart. You see, if I am a fraudster, all of you are done. All of you are done.
Gauteng, Captain Tlangjalani Rikotso. The arrest relates to a probe into an investment scheme where the suspect and her husband, Shezi, allegedly defrauded an investor of 600,000 rands in 2021. The Hawks gathered that Slindile was not just aware of her husband's criminal dealings, but also actively involved in the fraud. Her role in the scam was to use both online and on-air media to lure more people into the scheme. In the words of Captain Rikotso, it is reported reported that the suspect Makize went on a community radio station where she allegedly encouraged members of the community to invest in the alleged fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme. Like her husband, she also appeared before the Alexander's magistrate court, where she was tried and later released on a 5,000 rands bail.
What?
Since then,
5,000?
more people have complained about falling victims to the couple's fraudulent scheme. It's expected for the couple to face more police arrests, invitations and probes from the Hawks, and court cases in the following months. Although one could argue that the gravity of their crimes is a bit less than the fraudulent gang boss Ralph Stanfield and his wife Nicole Johnson, the Shezi couple have attracted similar hate and condemnation from the public. The once vibrant, self-proclaimed youngest millionaire from Umlazi has become a shadow of his former self. These days, he tries his best to avoid the spotlight, as it now only reveals the darkness and disgrace surrounding him. It's even worse, because his wife and family haven't been spared from the ridicule and insults. Sometimes being physically locked up is better than being in a mental cage. That's the painful situation Sandal Shezi now finds himself in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.
So this nigga didn't get caught. This is what I'm saying. The South African police station, they are stupid. This nigga didn't get caught, guys. This nigga like got 200k, okay, this is the man, boom, vibe. Okay. This is the reason I was living in South Africa. If you're not a fraudster, you're a robber. If you're not a robber, you're a level 1 thug around the streets, robbing us. I'm telling you, boys, but this guy didn't get caught. He was smart. See, lay low and relax. But anyways, boys, hopefully you have a great day. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and hopefully you have a great day. I'm gonna cover boys in the next one. Peace.